Tung 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 Sahur.
Bombardino crocodilo.
Bombardino crocodilo. I really think I'm mostly Bombardino crocodilo out of all.
Yeah, I'm definitely
all
tung
those
tung 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 tung
Dude,
sahur.
you are the purveyor of Ramadan.
The enforcer of Ramadan.
Enforcer of Ramadan.
Yeah, from the planet
Yeah.
Sahur.
Tung 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 sahur. Fuck, dude. Italian brain rot is where it's at right now. If you guys don't know, it's the hot shit
Yeah,
on the streets.
it's the hotness.
It's the hot shit. My algorithm only feeds me the hottest brain rot.
Yeah,
Exclusively the hottest, most hip brain rot.
trendiest fucking garbage you've ever seen.
It's been a while. We're back.
It's been a minute.
No fucking problem. No big deal. Stop whining about it. I think I'm more in frame than you are. Is that?
It is what it is.
You just gonna leave it like that?
Yeah, we can crop it.
I look a lot taller too. I gotta lean down a little bit. Yeah, it's better. Tung 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 sahur. Dude, so much has happened. So much to talk about. So many good delights of knowledge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's been going on?
It's fucking apparently. I don't even know if I should talk about this. I'm gonna do it anyways. Apparently, this dude. I won't use names, but a dude. There's like a schizophrenic guy who threatens to kill comics. That's been coming to one of the open mics I go to.
No way.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
doing comedy?
No, he's doing comedy, and I thought he was actually pretty funny the first time I saw him, and the second time he did the exact same act. But apparently he's like well known around the comedy scene because he'll post like lists of like 100, like 200 local comics and be like, "This is a female comic I've always wanted to kiss but never told." And he has posted or taken down now. That's like,
That sounds interesting.
this is a list of 100 comics I've always wanted to kill. Yeah, that's where he goes crazy. Apparently he's been like banned from several open mics because he's just a fucking nutcase. He like is openly schizophrenic. His
And he's like threatened to kill people.
on his Instagram, yeah, but I mean he's a keyboard warrior. He's more of a keyboard warrior, honestly, until he acts on it, to be honest. So I'm not too worried about it, but
No, I wouldn't be worried.
the girls were a
That
bit
is,
scared though.
Sure.
I don't think they want to be the enablist for a mass shooting at a coffee shop.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough sell on the resume.
I thought he was pretty funny though, dude. His name, he does this joke that made me laugh because it's so stupid. I'll censor out part of it, but it's like the guy's fuck it. I'll just say his last name is Boo.
Okay.
Okay, so he's like, yeah, I have my last name is Boo, so when if I hear the crowd say Boo, I'll say, oh, thank you, honeys. I must be doing well. You know my name.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god!
Thank you, honeys.
Yeah, thank you, honeys. he said some shit like that, dude. It's pretty funny.
Sounds pretty smooth to me.
I thought he was funny. I still think he's kind of funny, but yeah, they had to postpone the mic.
It's always the ones that you think are really funny, and then you're talking to people afterwards, and they're like, "No, he wants to slit your throat."
Yeah, he wants to kill you. I think he's been pretty specific about how he's gonna do it too. I think he talks about like showing up with a gun and shit.
Yeah, I mean that's just not a great look.
Not the best of looks, no.
You don't want to be known as that open mic.
Yeah, but if as a person who's spent a good amount of time around schizophrenics, I will say they are all bark, not a lot of bite. It's a rare exception of them that actually bite. And also another thing is, to be fair, I'm actually surprised that there isn't a lot more homicidal schizophrenics running around open mics.
I'm sure
Especially
there's a
in
fair
LA.
amount. They're probably just not as vocal. About
Yeah,
it,
they're still in their head about it. It hasn't fully developed.
They're gonna wait and see what I got to do.
But yeah, he didn't do too hot this week. So and that was before anybody knew.
I'm surprised he does at all when that cloud is luring over them.
Well, I don't think they knew yet. They didn't know this week. They didn't even know yet. And he still didn't
This
do
new
well.
group of people didn't know that they were in immediate danger.
Yeah, no one had a clue yet that they were at risk of dying tonight. Yeah. Yeah, and he didn't do well. He came in. He laughed at one of my jokes too. It was funny because it was a.
That's a guy when you say he bombed. You got to be like, "What do you mean?"
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, where? Where did he bomb? Is everyone okay?
Oh yeah, he's I don't think he's a bomber though. I think he's a knife man. He's probably a swordsman, a bit of a swordsman.
You know,
Um,
everybody's got their trade.
yeah, I think he's probably a bit of a swordsman. I think he talked about once trying to kill himself and failing. Anyways, I thought he was pretty funny, but turns out he's a crazy guy. Which I mean, I would be okay with just letting that go. The worst part is I think they want like me to be the enforcer. And I was like, no.
This open mic wants you to be the one to kick
because
him
I'm like
out?
the biggest guy that comes to it regularly and is friends. And they were like, yeah, it should be you and.
Is this the
someone
one
else.
I've been to?
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
So he just showed up for like the first time there.
Yeah, he started showing up like 3 weeks ago.
But you knew about him before he showed up?
I had heard, but I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was that guy.
But somebody knew about him?
Yeah, a couple other comics had talked to me during his set and were like, "This guy's fucking insane." So they told me, but
Damn.
yeah, some crazy thing. I was at the same open mic that happened at. One of my friends leaned over to me and told me that he hadn't been paying. He got a notification that said his rent was 3 months behind. So, and he looked and he had been paying his money to a decoy website. 3 months. 3 months.
3 months of rent.
Yeah, he paid like $5,000 to a decoy website.
Who is this?
And I want to feel bad for him, but
This is another
goddamn.
comic?
Goddamn, if I don't double check every time I send over fucking $200.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
How are you
it's
not
scary
sure
shit.
about the place that you're paying fucking?
Well, it was the site
$1,000
the site
a
looked
month?
exactly the same. The site looked exactly the same. It was the same portal, but yeah, no, that's fucking. I felt bad for him, but at the same time, I was like, buddy.
Yeah.
Also, it was like, yo, I mean, it's $5,000. Like the banks aren't just gonna let this slide. If you figure this out, you'll get your money back. But, yeah, it's definitely not fun to see that.
No. My mom.
It was a hectic mic to say the least, dude. This
I'm
mic
sure,
is pretty
yeah.
nuts. A lot of shit going on.
But
People I know.
yeah, my mom. I was at like one of my last days of work, and I was like busy, and so I got these like texts from Verizon that looked shady as hell. So I didn't do anything with them. And then I got like 2 calls that say were there from Verizon. I just didn't answer. I'm like, no, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, I wake up to a text from my mom, who I guess got on her like iMessage on her computer and was able to text me. But she was like, "Hey, something's happened with my phone and my email. They've gotten like hacked. I'm going to Verizon. If they call you, you got to answer." So I woke up to that text. And I was like, okay. And so it spent like days trying, like answering calls and like
What were the
approving-
texts? The texts were from Verizon. They were like, send nudes, and it was like off your
Yeah.
mom's phone.
Like, come on, please.
Yeah, please.
What's your social again? I forget.
Dude, George's social got jacked recently.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nutty stuff.
But my mom just like buys shit from random websites. And it's
Yeah.
like she gets like annoyed. This is like the fucking like 10th time she's been fucking scammed or like hacked.
Yeah.
She's like, how does this
sites are
happen?
kind of
How
built-
does this happen?
they're
And
kind
I'm
of built
"You're
for
buying
people
from
like her."
fucking Alibaba all the time.
Sorry, those sites are built for her demographic to get
Yeah,
duped,
exactly.
to get fully duped.
And she's like, she'll make these grand statements where she's like, I'm done buying anything online ever again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's everything. So
Yeah.
no, you're not.
My mom's the same way.
But-
And then she'll like buy stuff off the Gap website like without telling me first, and could have saved like $30 every
Yeah.
time. And I'm always just like, dude, you're literally wasting money just because you're like just being lady. It's just white girl shit. It's just hot white girl shit. I was gonna say hot girl shit, but they're not doing hot girl stuff. It's just white mom shit.
Yeah. No, my mom, I'm like, no. You just need to know like what is the right website to buy from. She's like, well, how do I know? I'm like,
She'll never. You don't.
I'm like, just only
You'll
buy from
never
like
know.
Amazon.
She'll never know. That's what you tell you. You don't know. So stop. For real. Yeah, what else, dude? Fucking something funny the other day. I was at Ralph's, and I was standing in line, and there's this like older, like, old lady that's always working cashier, and she just gets real fed up. She gets fed up to the point that like she's always fed up. Like I've been living here for as long as I have, and she's always cashier at night, and she's always pissed. And but
I get it.
I'm always nice to her and ask her how she's doing and let her vent, so she likes me. But she's gotten fed up to the point that, like, you know how when you're at a when you're checking out, it'll ask you 17,000 questions, and it'll ask you like what you pay rent, and it'll be like, do you want money back? And it'll be like, confirm the purchase, and it'll be like, put it in your PIN, and it'll be like, is it credit or debit? And it's like, ask you 50,000 questions for no fucking reason. Well, this lady had paid, and then like just started looking at her phone while it was processing, and the the old lady, you fart again?
No.
The old lady at the register, the old lady at the register was just letting her go. Just like was purposefully like not correcting her to like make her learn her lesson. And I just watched this lady from over her shoulder, just on her phone, like decide what reaction she wanted to send in a group chat to a picture of an axolotl. And it took like 45 seconds before she realized. But it was just the old lady just waiting with her hand, like hovering over the button on the register to finalize the purchase. And yeah, I thought that was really funny. I thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, to be like, because the lady, the old lady couldn't see it, but I was just like, I started laughing audibly in line because like I saw this lady like hover over the heart, and then she like hovered over
there's gotta be something better.
the haha, and she was like really putting a lot of thought into how she wanted to respond to just a picture of an axolotl.
Was there like emojis involved? Like she had the update where you could do whatever, or she was just deciding between the standard 5?
She was just a standard 5. Yeah. It wasn't even color.
Bro.
It was in gray and grayer, not black and white.
Make up your mind, bro. Just haha the axolotl.
You gotta.
Actually, I don't know. I'd probably heart the axolotl.
I'd probably, knowing me, I'd probably heart it and then no, I'd go haha then heart. I'd change it.
Yeah, you change all the time.
I switch it
I'll
up.
get a message being like, Jared, love this, and I go and it's like, exclaim.
I do switch it up. I tend to switch it up because I have one reaction, and then I'm like, nah, this is my aftertaste.
Yeah.
This is my aftertaste of reactions.
Your fucking post heart clarity. That's what you get.
Bingo.
Post haha clarity.
I don't use autocorrect, so I fucking spend so much time editing my texts.
Yeah, I get that a lot too.
From me or dude, yeah,
edited.
I don't like autocorrect because it'll be retarded. Like I want to say fuck.
On my way.
On my way. No, I just want to say fuck. And
Yeah.
It says duck. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty ducking annoying, man.
Yeah, and then I just like want to say like you, and then it'll do it to us. And it'll be like, are us bringing drinks?
It doesn't do that to me. You gotta teach it what you're saying.
It doesn't learn, man.
It learns.
It doesn't learn.
It'll learn.
It's so
I
frustrating.
taught it something.
I just have fat fucking fingers. I think my fingers. I'm just getting too huge. I got that fucking.
Yeah.
I got that pull-up bar, and I think I just been getting too jacked for this tiny little phone.
Yeah.
Back when I was a scrawny little boy, it fit me perfectly, but now
Sure.
I'm just a swole monster at 180, just bigger than ever, ready to pound
Pound what?
everything. Oh yeah, big time. I was pounding them today, dude. We went golfing.
Dude, we're golfing.
Let's go get them on.
Golfing lads. We could probably go.
I'll meet you at the course at 3.
3, yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to see if they have like a 315.
Yeah, that was great, dude. I had a couple good whacks today, dude. It's so frustrating though, and
No,
I don't
it
know.
is.
The pressure of being in between people is. I don't know if it adds a lot, but there's definitely adds a certain pace to it where it's like I'm too. I'd consider myself a courteous person, and to that degree, I feel like I'm like, taking up people's time by being an ass.
Yeah, no. If we had more time and I wasn't rushing a few shots, I probably could have knocked a few strokes off of there. But
dude, my good hole, dude. I've been whacking them on my good hole.
You played well on your good hole.
I've been whacking them on my good hole.
You had one bad little
chipperoni,
little Bill Clinton bender, that second shot. But then you hit the third shot over that bunker. That was nice.
Oh yeah, dude, that one where I hit the 5 and I was trying to go around the trees, or the last hole on hole 9. If I fucking would have hit that ball, I would have fucking took my pants off and jizzed right there on the field and marked my territory.
Yeah.
On the hole.
We had fucking One Piece in the way.
One Piece was in the way trying to take my bow. I was like, get the hell out of here, bro, before I roofie you. Luffy. His name Luffy or Rufy, the guy from One Piece?
Never watched One Piece.
I think it's Luffy.
Too many
I think it's
episodes.
Rufy, but
Rufy.
I think it's Rufy.
You know the guy, so the guy who checked me in, like that he worked in the pro shop?
Yeah.
Was the guy in the Luffy.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck,
oh yeah.
It's not
yeah.
Rufy, damn it.
Oh
well, he was an Asian fella.
I believe so, yeah.
So I might just roofie him.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways,
the guy in the pro shop was the guy in the bar at the end. That was like, he was like probably like 23. And
yeah, the
like,
guy in the gray.
I miss Mamba, man.
Yeah.
That dude was a fucking a beast.
I love it when people say stuff. People say stuff like that in Indiana bars all the time.
Oh yeah.
And they're trying to be like the man.
It's like high school would be like, I miss Peyton.
Yeah, dude. Like
bro,
you weren't even born. Yeah.
Jizz when Peyton was around.
Yeah, you weren't even in the dad nut. But
Yeah, your dad was jizz.
your daddy wasn't even nutting in, boy. But that's what I wanted to tell him. But
what that dude next to him told him.
I love how Austin
I
Reeves.
miss Mamba, man.
I love how Austin Reeves,
Oh,
a
yeah.
clearly white-skinned man, the only black dude in the bar, was like, "Fuck, took that shot." Oh my god, that was awesome. It was so funny. It's a good point too. Who the fuck did take this?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that was those dudes are always trying to be like that's trying to be like be profound to a degree. They're like trying to be cool as shit. They're like,
Yeah.
"God, man, remember the good old days?" There's a degree to it. It's like, remember the good old days? Because I do. I was there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, shut the fuck up. My ex's brothers used to do shit like that all the time. They'd be like, remember how cool this was? It's like, bro, you just saw an Instagram reel about that. That's the only reason you know about that. I just showed this to you. I just showed you this album for the first time.
Yeah, remember those days?
Yeah. Just looks away, stops smiling. Yeah, dude, it's just that's always really weird. It's one of my peeves for sure.
Yeah, it's a peeve.
But there's also those classic things where like there's always like these things that people do in high school, like kids will do, where like the popular kids will try to like make fun of them because they're being losers. And there's a degree of that which I kind of resent, like making fun of the kid who's clearly a loser. It's like slam dunking on a person who's 3 feet tall.
Yeah. It shouldn't feel good to anybody.
No. But sometimes it's a knee-jerk reaction.
Sure.
You just have to destroy someone's life and make them think about it for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For being a absolute chode.
But that dude had to have been half a beer deep. Because he just got off work.
He sounded like he was.
I know. He sounded several.
Yeah, I bet he was several deep. He had a koozie and everything, dude. I bet you he'd been sipping all day. They were about to close the bar.
I miss Mamba, man.
His mom, but
Dude was devious.
Yeah, that's so funny, dude. Yeah, he like looked around to see if anyone was like,
right?
Yeah, to see if anyone was nodding their head with him.
I like the four group at the table that they were all well over like 60 years old, and the guy, one of the buddies, goes, "What are you writing? You're writing a check? What are you 80?"
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, probably, man.
Yeah.
You guys look old as
You're
shit.
all fucking 80. Maybe that's the joke. Maybe he knew he was 80.
And the guy genuinely goes, "What's wrong with the check?"
That is crazy. A check for dinner is nuts.
For like a beer and a hot dog.
It's like $15.63. He pulled out the Disney checks to pay off a fucking tab.
Goofy check.
Just to pay off a quick tab, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Memo just right. Gorsh.
A dude probably pulls out a check and puts it in a vending machine to fucking get a Celsius. Dude, I was thinking about something, dude. When was the last time you had a fucking real good cry?
Cry?
Yeah, dude.
I cry a lot, man.
Do you actually? I don't think I've ever seen you cry, except for when like we were kids, maybe once.
Cry at every movie. Every
Really?
movie ever, yeah.
No shit.
Cry during the fucking Avengers, man.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, all the time.
You did not cry during the Avengers. Why? Why'd you cry during the Avengers? Just because Thanos fucking powdered everyone up?
Yeah, I didn't see Ant-Man boof into Thanos' ass and I was disappointed.
Yeah, that would make me cry too. I've never watched the Avengers movies, probably because I can't handle it.
You know that was like a theory, right? That they're like, can't Ant-Man just shrink down, go into Thanos' ass, and then become huge and destroy him from the inside? That was a major theory. Like, that's how they beat Thanos.
Imagine that was just like what Paul Rudd became known as, like the ultimate act of heroicism. Just
Ass man.
oh my
Ant
god.
and ass man.
Oh my gosh. Ass man.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh man, that's so funny. I mean, that's a totally valid argument.
He could have.
It's almost a conspiracy theory.
No.
why he
Like,
didn't.
it was like such a huge theory that the directors, like the Russo brothers, I think, or somebody from like the cast, like had to like either like Paul Rudd or the Russo brothers were like, yeah, it's not possible. Sorry, guys.
Explain it. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
That's my question.
Here, look it up. See if there's an explanation.
What GPT it?
Ant-Man ass theory. Could
Oh my god.
could have Ant-Man just went? Could Ant-Man have just went up Thanos' ass and become big and grow? The Thanos theory.
Oh my god. Okay. So, shit. The infamous Thanos theory. In theory, yes, Ant-Man could shrink, enter Thanos' body, parentheses, like somewhere, and then expand rapidly to destroy him from the inside. Since his size-changing tech also alters his mass and strength in very comic book science ways, it's not totally outlandish in the MCU logic. But there are a few reasons why this wouldn't work. Parentheses, besides the obvious family-friendly issue.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Thanos is not just a big purple dude. His biology is way tougher than a normal human. His insides might be strong enough to withstand some internal trauma, especially from something as small as Ant-Man.
It's not like he's like beating up his fucking nuts from the inside. He's just gonna grow.
Ant-Man's suit limits. Scott Lang needs the suit to grow/shrink. Inside Thanos, things could get messy.
Whoa,
and if
dude.
anything short circuits, game over. Thanos has speed plus reflexes. Thanos has superhuman reflexes. He might sense something weird and squish Ant-Man, or his skull just tightens, clenches his ass cheek. It just makes his butthole wink and shoots him out like a ping pong ball. Better plans. The Avengers were trying to reverse the snap, not just take out Thanos. Blowing him up from the inside wouldn't undo anything.
But they did.
Yeah.
They killed him.
Worked if they tried it.
They chopped his head off.
Do you think they would have worked if they tried it?
Yes, of course. I would hope so. With all my being, Lamau.
I don't want to relate to you that much, ChatGPT.
Dude, I don't like chat. It's using emojis?
Yeah, it goes in.
Jeez.
I was trying to use ChatGPT to fucking help me write some jokes recently.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was all right, but it sucks. It's all corny. It like can't help but do dad jokes. I like one thing I did though was I softened it up. So I was like telling it the thing about me, like what the joke was about, like in my life, and then it was like, oh, that sucks, like blah blah blah, and then I was like, oh, it's cool, like blah blah blah, and I was like, can you write any jokes about that? And I started writing some dumb ones, and then I was like, here's one I wrote about it that was like a lot darker and more niche, and then it was like, oh, that's good, and then it gave me a couple that were kind of all right,
Yeah?
that I maneuvered around, but
You
yeah,
talk a lot to this robot?
I've been talking a lot more to this robot. I didn't for a long time. I neglected it, but for certain things, it is really helpful. You do have to double check it because it does.
Yeah.
You hear about hallucinating? Have we talked about that?
No.
So ChatGPT, that thing where it's like doesn't tell you the right thing, it's called hallucinating, and I'm not quite sure the cause. I think it's just taking data from like. It's essentially taking information from AI generated articles somewhere on the internet. So it's like completely wrong. You know, it's all.
So it's just making up its own information.
Mhm. That's why you have to ask it if it's sure.
Oh, I
Is
all the
because
time.
yeah, is because it'll do this thing called hallucinating. So it's not quite
Dude,
reliable, really.
we were trying to figure out how many
It's getting
different
better though.
people have won the Best Director award. Like, not how many times has the award been given out, because people have won it multiple times.
Yeah.
And I asked chat. One of my coworkers asked OpenSea,
Yeah.
whatever, because I had just come out, and then
DeepSeek or OpenSeek?
yeah, something like
DeepSeek.
that. And then somebody asked something else, and we got 3 different answers.
Yeah.
And so we all asked each of our different AIs, like, "Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?"
It was like, actually, I fucked up,
And-
guys. I fucked up.
Dude, they all had the same message. He's like, "You know what? Good catch."
Yeah.
I didn't
Have you used Grok at all?
Grok.
Yeah. It's like the
It's
most.
just Gronk's AI.
No, it's Elon's.
No,
Anyways, it's on Twitter. It's through Twitter. It's through X.
I'm not on that platform.
Yeah, you should be. I knew that because I went to put your thing in the YouTube description recently, and I was the only one with all the social medias.
Actually, I do have one, but I just don't.
Yeah. Anyways, what did it say when you asked if it was sure?
It said, "You know what? No,
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Don't know." It was
Yeah.
like, figure it out.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. You're a prick. All right. Yeah, no, it does that. You gotta ask it real weird shit. But interesting. It is interesting if you like give it more info.
Yeah.
It seems like I could be hallucinating, but it seems like if you give it more info on a topic before asking it questions, it'll kind of give you better answers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just like, I think I already mentioned this on the podcast before, but like, it's like fucking search engines. Like, you kind of have to know like key words or like phrases to use to be able to
Yeah.
get them optimized
Mhm.
results out of it.
Yeah, I've been using it a lot more though. ChatGPT. Wait, back to what it is. Fucking. So wait, the last time you cried was when Ant-Man didn't go up there and bust his ass. The
No,
Thanos
I'm just
theory?
saying I cry at every movie. Probably
That's
cried at the
right.
last movie I watched.
That's
Actually, no,
crazy.
that was Sinners. No
Dude.
crying in that. More like crying out of my
Out of your wiener.
I didn't say
But
that. Out of my thanus.
you're famous. I think the last movie I cried was Stewart, Life
Little?
Backwards.
Oh,
I think that's what it was. The movie with Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hardy.
I don't know this. I do not know this.
I do not know this one. Please stop that. I do not like that at all.
I don't like that at all. Stuart, A Life Backwards.
Yeah, you never seen this movie?
Stuart, what are you doing here? Oh, I've seen this poster, but no.
Yeah, it's a true story where this guy is just like doesn't have shit to write about because he's boring. I think basically just a boring loser. So he meets
Benedict?
yeah, so he meets Tom Hardy, who's just like a bum, a heroin addict bum, and he just starts writing about him, and he follows him everywhere, and like starts doing stuff he does other than heroin. But yeah, it's good. I mean, obviously, you know, a soft spot for the heroin, not
Oh,
for myself, but just
yeah.
mentally. But the movie other than that I can remember I cried at was Awakenings. And I was thinking about it
The
today.
Robin Williams?
Yeah, the Robin Williams and De Niro. I cried. That's the hardest I've ever cried at a movie ever. I cried the whole movie, and this was years ago. And it was like kind of during a phase where I was like, kind of being a bitch. I think mentally, I was kind of weak mentally. It's not like I wasn't weak mentally all the time then, but there was a phase where like I like had a cry in me that needed to come out.
Sure.
I hadn't cried in years. I don't think I cried in like 5-6 years before this happened. And then I saw Awakenings, and like, you know, he's going back and forth problems with Parkinson's, and I was like crying about that. And then I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, damn, I want to rewatch that movie, but I'm scared that if I rewatch it, it's just gonna look fucking retarded. Like De Niro is just gonna be like acting horrible, and I just completely was duped. Like I'm afraid
You think it was just a mindset?
Well, I
If
think
you watch it in this mindset, you're gonna be like,
I remember when I watched it the first time. I told you guys, I was like, "Oh my god, you guys gotta watch it. You'll cry." I cried the whole way
yeah.
through. But like, if I watched it now, I wonder if like I don't know. That was a long time ago, so I wondered if like because like De Niro is real shaky in it. Like he could be
Shaky?
overacting.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he has like a severe case of Parkinson's, so it's like, and he like almost goes like Down syndrome mode. Like it gets pretty rough for his ability to speak and do
Sure.
anything. Like his muscles are just like shutting down. But I wonder like I wonder if that movie is as good as I thought it was, or like if I went back, I would just be like, oh my god,
Yeah,
I
I
was being
mean,
such a pussy. I feel like it's likely that it's the latter. But I
it
need to
could be.
know. I've told everyone else about this
You
movie
also
and no
like,
one's watched it.
no matter like in which way it impacts you, like a movie that is like one you really remember for a while, whenever you rewatch it, it's not the same.
I feel like it'll definitely not be as good. I don't even want to watch it again though, because imagine if I'm right.
And you're
Imagine
just
if I
like,
was right.
what I do?
What I do? Yeah, imagine if it's right.
Turn it up.
Just, oh God. Imagine if it's right. I'd just
Are you
cry.
crying or doing a De Niro?
Both. Both. He cries in it a lot, dude.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh man, it's rough, dude. Dude, I want to tell you about it, but I want you to just watch it too.
I'll watch it.
I'll just tell you. Do you want me
No,
to
I'll watch it.
Okay.
Don't you
Yeah,
dare tell me.
it's intense though. I remember it being very intense, but I haven't seen it in like
I'm sure it's intense.
fucking 7 years. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I had a real thing back then too, where like I would, I used to cry myself. I used to cry when I would go to bed because I would start thinking, why are you looking at it? Some people cry in bed. I used to cry when
Not
I'd
every
go to
night.
bed because I'd be so, not every night, but sometimes I'd cry when I'd go to bed because I'd be so thankful. I just get in my head like high as shit
Oh,
and
yeah.
start being so thankful that like I wasn't born with a disability or like no one I knew had loved and like no one,
Oh, dude,
it's
fucking
like tears of joy
yeah.
really, but it was just like crazy. Like,
like fucking reels, TikToks. You know those videos? They'll get me sometimes.
oh yeah, dude. Sometimes they
like-
get me.
I'm like, my legs could go at any second.
Oh my gosh,
I need
dude.
to use these legs.
Someone just making the most of their fucking.
I'll be in like the
disability.
car and I'll be like,
Holy cow.
I'm like, why aren't I walking right now? I have perfectly good legs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I'll be laying in bed at 3 a.m. and be like, why aren't I out playing basketball right
Why
now?
aren't I running?
Why aren't I running?
I could be running through a field at this moment.
You just go, hop on the treadmill. It's like 3 a.m.
Sabrina comes in at 4 a.m. I'm just crying and running. What's wrong? I have legs.
I'm so thankful. Yeah, that'd be great.
My legs are working.
Oh god, should I touch it?
No,
Oh,
you're
no,
good.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, no. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't remember I think that this watching.
So that's
this
probably the
movie-
last thing that honestly made me cry was like an Instagram reel.
Yeah, dude.
We'll tear up.
Gets you, dude. It gets you sometimes. Gets you sometimes. Sometimes I'll just
That
see
dog's
like a,
so thankful even though it has no insides.
yeah.
You know?
Sometimes inside. What happened to its insides?
They're all gone.
What kind of videos are you watching, dude?
It's just like a dog with a head. You've never seen that dog that's just like a head?
What? That's what makes you cry? The one that looks like Mike Lazowski? This shit's insane,
Dude,
dude.
he's so thankful. He's
Dude,
like,
fucking
he
might
goes,
as well have one eye.
he
That
goes,
thing was-
I'm alive.
I don't know, dude. That thing's a freak. I don't like seeing it at all. That shit makes me. That's one of those things where I'm like, ugh. Yeah, dude. There's some of those things. There's some of those things where everybody's like, "This is so sweet," and then I'm just like, "You fucking suck, dude. Get out of my face." I feel like that's the those are the ones that make me look deeper in on myself because I'm like, am I that much of a pessimist? And I just have to. Am I being a pessimist or am I being cynical right now? Okay, and usually I find that the answer is neither, and that everyone sucks. This is my go-to conclusion
Sure.
of those two chains of thought. Now, whether those are healthy or not, that's up for debate. But usually that's where I end up, because then you see people start taking that trend, and then you see it like you see the trend get it morphs into like more and more of a TikTok, like a girl dancing on top of a $2 million car type deal.
The Mike Wazowski dog? Wait.
Not the Mike
What
Wazowski
are we
dog, but
talking
like
about?
other like other inspirational posts.
Mm.
Well, they'll like start to get stolen by like porn girls and like musicians and like meme pages. They'll start to take like you ever see this happen where like an inspirational post like trends and then like people start using it almost in like an ironic way to boost their algorithm just because like that trend, because if you say like that certain thing, it'll like register. I don't know I don't know how to explain it. I can't explain
Talking
it.
about Hopecore.
Hopecore, yes,
I
but
love
Hopecore is
Hopecore.
nice.
Yeah,
Hopecore is
Hopecore is
nice.
nice.
Hopecore still hasn't run its course. I'm liking it still.
It's not exactly what you're talking about, but do you follow Curb Your Larry David?
I stopped following Curb Your Larry
They got
David.
taken over.
Yeah, they got taken over. That's a little bit different, but yeah, stuff like that's pretty brutal too.
I hate that.
But yeah, no, I unfollowed Curb Your Larry David because they got pillaged and something else.
Look at that. What is that? That's not Larry David.
That's not Larry David at all. But yeah,
actually, the left might be Larry David.
Yeah, dude. It's sad when you see your favorite meme page get R'd and P'd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Viking style.
Viking style, small dick style.
I'm just gonna comment that every time a meme page starts posting thought post, I'll be like, I see the Vikings have been here.
I got an important question for GPT.
Village have hope. What did you ask? Did the Vikings have huge dicks? Have huge dongs. Ha ha ha. This is definitely one of those questions that pops up more curiosity or memes than history books. There's no solid archaeological evidence that Vikings had unusually large penises compared to other populations. Most of what we know about Viking bodies comes from skeletal remains, and unfortunately, bones don't tell us much about this particular feature.
I'm surprised there's an ellipses there to try and have a dramatic effect.
That said, in Norse mythology and sagas, masculinity was a big theme, and sometimes that included sexual prowess. But a lot of that is exaggeration, poetic language, or metaphor. So any reputation the Vikings have for being well endowed probably has more to do with legend than fact. Did you hear this from a meme or somewhere?
Just up here, buddy. Just right up here. It's my brain.
Should respond and be like, just natural curiosity.
Yeah, just be like, no, I'm just a natural bombardino crocodilo.
Yeah, I'm a little tralala or tralala.
Yeah, a little fucking tunic tune or whatever his fucking name is.
Tung 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 Sahur.
Sahur. I like fucking Cappuccino Ballerina, dude. She's my fucking...
Ballerina Cappuccino?
Ballerina Cappuccino is fucking...
She's fat.
She'd get the business, dude. Yeah. She's fat. You British, dude? You start wearing pinstripes for one day, all of a sudden you're British?
Yeah, she's a bit fit in it.
She a bit fit in it.
Right.
Oh, babe, you're fit. You're fit.
Actually, I did listen to that. You know what I kind of like every once in a while? One of those like talk songs. I was walking down the street. Yeah. Yeah, it's a real British thing, I feel like.
For sure.
And there's a song, let's see who it was. It was just like, it kept being like, oh, girl, you're so fit, but don't you know it? And
that's what you were listening to? Was it Fonz DC? Fontaine's DC?
So it's The Streets.
The Streets.
Yes.
I've been hearing so much about Fontaine's DC recently. I wonder
Fontaine's
what that's all about.
DC?
Yeah.
Is that who did Allure and Dance?
It's a British band, and they won an award recently, and the lead singer said, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu. Pretty fire. And for that, this video will be demonetized before we can get some money on it. I'm trying to see what else I had going on.
We should ask it about other cultures having huge dongs.
Oh, yeah. Let's figure it out.
How about...
I got one.
All right. Genghis Khan.
I think he was tiny boy.
You're not responding to... Did you hear this from a meme or somewhere else? Did you hear this from a meme or somewhere else? Did Genghis Khan have a big pee-pee? You're on a roll with the historical gossip.
What the hell?
Did you hear this from a meme or somewhere else? Did Genghis Khan have a big PP?
This sounds like Jack. It sounds like this. Oh, we didn't get an update from Jack.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just try to FaceTime.
As with the Vikings, there's absolutely zero relatable evidence about Genghis Khan's physical attributes in that department. No contemporary accounts mention it, and no remains confirmed to be his have ever been found. His burial site is still a mystery. So any claims about his size are pure speculation or just internet myth making. That said, he did father a ton of children. Genetic studies
dog.
suggest up
23, baby
to
mana.
1 in 200 men alive today might be his direct male line descendants. But that's more about power, status, and polygamy than anatomy. Are you collecting fun facts or just having a little late night history mischief?
I was waiting for you to read that part, dude.
Little late night history mischief.
I was waiting for you to read that part. All right, let me see.
Talk about some mystery.
Here's something that's it. We got to crack the case right here.
History mischief.
Did John Dillinger really have a 23-inch penis? I don't know if anybody's watching and don't know this right now. Famous bank robber Don Dillinger.
Don Dillinger.
Famous bank robber
Pretty sure
John
he's third
Dillinger.
base for the Yanks.
He is
Don Dillinger.
he's legend to have a 23-inch penis that's stored in a vase in the Smithsonian. And one time, Young Thug said in a song, he said, "Get along, little doggy, get along, get along, get along, little doggy." John Dillinger. That was the hook. That was the hook. I almost typed in pig penis.
Big penis.
Have a 23-inch penis is really what I need to type in.
Yeah. Be specific with them.
I'm just curious about penis size, Playboy. The legendary John Dillinger into 23-inch penis rumor. Classic piece of American folklore. Shorter answer is no, it's a myth. There's no credible evidence that John Dillinger had a 23-inch penis. That number is wildly exaggerated. You're hating on my boy right now.
Chat GPT is a fucking 2-incher.
likely comes from a bizarre mix of rumor, tabloid sensationalism, and a misunderstanding of some old FBI autopsy photos. The myth really took off after photos of his body were published post-mortem in newspapers, and some people thought that a visible bulge was something else. What do you mean something else? It was a massive penis. Probably wasn't. It probably wasn't, though. So says ChatGPT. Some say it might have been a rolled up arm or even part of his leg. What the fuck is a rolled up arm? So sadly or hilariously, the 23-inch Dillinger penis story is a prime example of America's strange fascination with mixing crime and anatomy. Where'd you hear about that one? Wouldn't you like to know, ChatGPT? I'm keeping this close to the chest.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weatherman?
I'm keeping this close to the chest. Man. Is that what they say? Close to the numbers? Close to the chest?
Weather boy.
What do they say? What's that saying?
Close to the chest?
Is that it?
Yeah. You keep when you're playing poker, you go, oh. No. You can't see my cards, Mr. Kennedy.
I was talking to this girl and she said something and she asked me my shoe size and I was like, I'm a youth size 5. She was like, are you trying to tell me something? And I was like, I just did a list of like different shit, changing the topic, and then I went back and I was like, by the way, yes, this means I have a very small penis. And yeah.
Why was she wondering?
I mean, she was clearly trying to compare it to my penis size. But then
Right.
I chat GPT'd average penis size, and it was 10.5, and I screenshotted that. And I was like, I'm actually size 11, so slightly above average.
Wait,
Yeah.
you Googled average shoe size.
I GPT'd average shoe size.
You said average penis size.
Same shit.
10.5.
It's the same shit. Either way,
When
slightly
you said
above
that,
average. Dude, would it be a crime if I did? That's kind of tied into what I'm trying to find out anyways. No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, slightly above average.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's not 10.5.
Yeah. She goes, we love above average. I said, slightly. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Listen,
Don't go crazy.
you need that caveat. Slightly above average.
Please, Please, babe, don't go crazy. I can't deal with letting you down. Yeah, it's fun.
One notch above average.
It's fun, though. The old penis is as big as my foot. Bit. It's good. Always makes me laugh. What's this big old thing?
It's just a tube. I've been holding on to it.
It's got something in it?
No. Had a rug around it.
Ah, I see. Well, shit, what else? You got anything to talk about?
I'm a free man.
Oh, yeah.
No longer working.
You're about to just fucking
Done
start
with it.
hitting the links every day.
Bro, I'm gonna fucking become a professional golfer.
You gotta stop shanking them left.
Yeah, it says
Fucking
you.
Punk bitch. Yeah, I shank them
Fucking
right,
says
dude.
you.
I shank them right. That makes sense.
Yeah, dude, we're the worst cart golfers of all time.
What? What is that?
'Cause you're trying to hit near
Oh,
your other player.
right, right. Yeah, yeah, we all go on the opposite sides.
People are playing behind us, they just see.
Yeah, just zigzags.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I
That's
will
fun,
say
though.
I didn't lose any balls till like the 7th hole today.
I lost 2 on the first one.
I
Lost both my drives.
Tra-la-lila, tra-la-la.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bombardino crocodilioing those fucking balls down there.
Then closer to the end, I got a little Bumblebini Guzini.
Bumblebini Gozini.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't let
But
Jack know I like those.
I was Tung 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 Sahur the whole
We
time.
can't let Jack know I like those.
Yeah,
We got to keep him on his toes.
He's been chill about it recently.
I wonder if we're still good. Let me see. Oh, I should probably could have turned the volume up. We're getting close. We got like another 5 minutes.
But yeah, I've been getting a little bit of the itis, you know,
For what?
the last couple of weeks of work. A little senioritis.
Senioritis. Oh, because you're gonna be done.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't give up.
I was driving.
I thought senioritis was fucking when you're like, I'm gonna miss this.
No, I mean, is that what you said when you were a senior in high school?
No, it's not. But there's a thing
Yeah.
called demoitis, and it's when you get a final mix for a song back. Yeah, it's when you get a demo.
Oh, sure.
So when you get a final mix for a song back, you're like, oh, I don't like this because it's different than the demo. When it may be better, it's just different, and you liked it. You listened to the demo so much that you got used to it, and that's demoitis. So I thought maybe. I remember people saying senioritis.
No. It's like you just like checked out.
Right.
And
And fucking knocking over tables and shit.
I was driving out off the lot every day, just going by security, going like this, just like I was just fucking
like
going
Willem
crazy.
Dafoe. Dude,
Dude,
this is so funny. The
I
tongue
did.
shaking memes are the best. Those
Because
are my
like
favorite.
everybody was out of our offices, you know.
Can you see my fucking bulge over here?
Probably not 23 though.
It's a rolled up arm.
It's more like a rolled up arm. But like everybody was like gone from our offices, so I'd be like on like one side like cleaning up or like packing shit, and like nobody's around. But then like there's people that work for the lot that are there, and so sometimes they'd like walk by and I would just be doing that like just like on my own, and then they're like they're
That's
concerned.
the best though, dude. Getting off
Yeah.
work on like a 8 to 12 hour shift. Holy cow, you feel like truly a free man every time that
Yeah.
happens. It's insane. I remember I used to ride my bike home in the summer when I worked at Forever 21, and it was like a mile and a half, and I'd ride it down the Indy Canal, headphones in, just, just fucking going crazy. So happy.
Yeah.
So happy to be out of work. And I was in the beginnings of a new relationship, so I was like, it's one of the best times of my life. And then you find out the reality of things.
Yeah.
You find out that you don't want to live with another dude, and you find out that living with a girlfriend also has its trials and tribulations.
Sure.
And then you think, am I the only one I love in this world? That seems dark. That seems grim. I wouldn't want that to be the case. But it is. It
Yeah.
always is.
Then 8 years later, all you're thinking about is tung 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 sahur.
Oh, before you know it, all you know is bombardino crocodilo. Yeah, and that's what makes me happy. That's what keeps me going these days. Is bombardino crocodilo and ballerino cappuccino. Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, dude, I fucking I don't know. It's funny. I showed Robbie that we use YouTube on our TV, and we use the guest account because it's like a more blank slate of an algorithm. And I showed him one of those videos, and now it's like 70% of the algorithm suggested to us is Italian brain rot. So it really took over.
Yeah.
There's something in the algorithm really pushing that shit.
It infests it. Stuff like that will just infest your fucking algorithm.
Infest your brain, infest your algorithm. Yeah, I can't complain though yet. It might get
No,
annoying.
not yet. Yeah, it will.
It's gonna be like Pokemon. Like when they start doing like 150 more, I'll be like, all right, guys, this is crazy.
They're already adding people that I'm
I
like,
like-
I don't like this.
I like the OG. Yeah, the whole family
yeah.
tree of fucking Tung 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 Sahur.
Yeah.
I do like that. I like the origin story that he's the purveyor of Ramadan. Enforcer of Ramadan.
Because he was.
It just beats you with a bat if he sees you
He was
drinking
molded
water.
from fasting trees. Something
Yeah,
like that.
dude. Soul trees. Because I believe in the Quran it says that souls live under trees.
He's from the planet Sahur.
The planet Sahur? Dude, Islam is just so powerful. It stretches galaxies.
I mean, it's not as powerful as Mormonism, but you know,
Does it stretch galaxies?
everybody gets their own planet.
Does it? Mormonism has its own planet?
Everybody, when you die, you get your own planet.
No shit.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah. It's got me intrigued.
Good lord. I want my own planet. That's my impression of Chris Rock getting fooled into being a Mormon.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'm gonna do that at the next black comedy show I do.
Can a white boy get a little high?
Dude, I want to get you your mind if a white boy gets a little high.
Come on now.
Come on now. Oh my God, you should have done that in the bar.
I know.
Dude, that bartender's got a rump on it. All right, I mean,
Which
I'm
one?
going crazy. The fucking the Latina.
The one that served us?
Yeah, the Latina MILF.
I was trying like
Ruby Tuesdays, baby. More like Ruby Sunday. More like Hump Day.
you know how we should end this one?
I would eat her butt.
Because I don't have a pitch. We should have chat write us a pitch.
Oh shit.
I'll come up. You pitch like one aspect. I'll pitch one aspect, and then we'll have it be like write a movie about this and this.
All right.
Buddy cop.
Italian. Got to be Italian brain rot characters become buddy cops. A movie.
All right, yeah, let's do it. Can you write a 2-minute pitch?
Not 2 minutes. Right.
A elevator pitch. It wouldn't understand escalator pitch. Or a Italian brain rot buddy cop movie. Or for a buddy cop movie starring Italian brain rot characters.
This is gonna be the best one ever.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah!
let's
You want to
go.
read it?
Yeah. Here, can you move it towards me?
Mozzarella justice.
All right, absolutely. Here's an elevator pitch for a buddy cop, or should I say, buddy cup movie, featuring Italian brain rot characters. Loud, chaotic, food obsessed, and somehow always arguing and hugging at the same time. The title is Mozzarella Justice. Here's the pitch. When a by-the-book Milanese detective with a lactose intolerance is forced to partner with a hot-headed, pasta-slinging ex-mafia informant from Naples, their mission to stop a rogue Parmesan smuggling ring becomes
This isn't brain rot.
No.
Though. Hold up. Let's try to make this better.
Want to make it animated, live action, or something cursed and unhinged? Bombardillo, Crocodilo.
Bombardillo? I thought it was demon.
No, I-L-L. That's fine. Want to make it live action?
Like peak Italian brain rot.
Yeah.
Yo.
Here, just say, make a buddy cop movie.
Hold up, can you
All right.
write that pitch again? Sorry.
Say less.
Boom.
Okay.
Should be good. Let me see. Oh, wait.
Tung. Bro, you just unlocked a new language. This fucking idiot, man.
Whoa, English, please.
Say less, capo. All right, Tung Tung, the Sahur of Bombastic is the title. All right, hold on. Can you zoom in a little bit? Tung Tung, Crocodilo burst out of the swamp. Scree! Devours mozzarella with rage. Bombardillo? He's an ex.
Bombardillo?
All right, hold on. So the new title is Tung Tung, the Sahur of Bombastic. Tung Tung, Crocodilo burst out of the swamp. Scree! Devours mozzarella with rage. Bombardillo? He's an ex-mafia hitman turned pizza chef with a submachine gun hidden in his wood-fired oven. 2 men, 1 destiny. Destroy the cartel selling synthetic lasagna.
To innocent Italians.
Okay, 2 men, 1 destiny. Destroy the cartel selling synthetic lasagna to innocent Italians. Whoever touches Nona dies. They scream as they drift a weaponized Fiat Panda through the streets of Naples, hurling explosive cannoli. Between the screaming, airborne tomato sauce and blood oaths shouted under the full moon, they must take down the ultimate villain. Uncle Mosquito, kingpin of the black market Parmesan spray trade. Tung Tung, justice comes in slippers. Want to add a theme song? I feel like it needs an accordion drop and someone yelling "Mamma Mia" over dubstep. Song. All right. Song. Yeah. Song title. You go ahead.
Okay, you sing. Wait, they switched it. Crocodilo and Bombardillo are 2 different people for some reason. All right, a soft accordion plays a melancholy tune, followed by the sound of someone slurping spaghetti. Mamma mia, non è possibile. Tung tung tung, scream! On us in danger, I must defend. I'll eat my weight in lasagna till the bad guys bend. Boom, bass drop. Pasta's in the oven and the crime's in the air. You mess with my nonna or you'll regret it, I swear. Fucking chorus drop. Mamma mia, justice is served. With the side of garlic bread, you're getting what you deserve. They rhyme served with served. 2 accordion blasts. Bam, bam. Crocodillo's got the bite. Bombardillo's got the fight. We'll make it right tonight. Tung tung tung. Spaghetti flying through the air as the Fiat Panda drifts into an explosion of cheese. Explosion noise. Boom. Followed by a faint tung tung echo. Pasta is justice. So that was the fucking worst theme song I've ever heard in my life.
They don't know who Tung 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 Sahur is. Yeah,
they don't. Just imagine the firing on the big screen right as they pull off a heist with mozzarella raining down and peak slow-mo, peak cinema.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. GPT
This is the
fun.
worst writing partner of all time.
Even if GPT is fully idiotic, it's so fun.
Bridge, epic breakdown.
Even if GPT
Spaghetti flying through the air as the Fiat Panda drifts into an explosion of cheese.
Spaghetti flying through the air as
Wait, no, that's not even lyrics.
Yeah, that's epic breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if GPT is dumb as ass, it's fucking so funny.
Dude.
Yeah.
We might have to do this more often.
Yeah, it's so fun. The new setup is killing it.
Yeah.
And we got even more things.
It's going to get better, too.
Yeah, even more changes are going to make it even nicer looking and better. All right, well, I hope we solved the camera issues. That would be fucking awesome if those are fixed. But
We shall see.
All right, folks, I think that does it. I'll just sign off. Fucking, I don't know who did it last, but
I'm doing finger guns.
Babies and gentlemen, we've gone again.
All right.